Food waste used to be the largest element of waste coming from Luther's union and going into the landfill. And so composting is sort of the best and sort of most ecological way to deal with our food waste, because we're turning it into something that's useful later on.
The CAF at Luther is our resident dining facility where all the meal plans are serviced. The majority of students do eat in the CAF for several meals a day. One of the processes used in diverting waste to compost whenever possible. You take your plate when you're done, and any food that you haven't finished is left on the plate, napkins, everything else left on there, and it goes onto the revolving turntable that takes the dishes around into the dish room. At that point, they are rinsed and scraped, and everything goes into a water trough, which carries it all down to the pulper, which grinds everything into very, very small pieces, and from there to the dock, and is picked up and taken either to the farm or to the new facility with the city of Decorah. The food that has not been consumed that is still on the buffet lines, this could be half a pan of vegetables, it could be a partial pan of pasta, anything along those lines. Everything is weighed, and then it goes into compost buckets and follows the same path as everything from the pulper, and goes to one of our sites for composting.
Our sustainability program has been involved with composting at Luther for a long time, and it's had sort of different things at different times. But our students and student workers, it's sort of part of their paid work study, are picking up compost from the cafeteria dock. The process we've been using for quite a few years is the students then will take those buckets and take them out to what we call the college farm. So it's about a mile or so. It's contiguous with campus, but kind of on the edge of campus, where we have our own compost pile that's there. So they're taking those buckets of food, dumping them into, really it's just kind of a bin where things are out there. We mix it in with straw, and then that's used to make compost on campus.
So in 2019, the City of Decorah worked with local residents to develop a sustainability plan. And one of the goals of that plan was to have the city be zero waste by 2040. And so in an effort to work towards that goal, the city pursued a grant for reducing food waste to the Wenatchee County landfill. So as part of this grant program, one of the community partners was Luther College, and so the city is working with Luther to actually collect some of the food waste that Luther is already collecting on campus. And so the city sends a front wheel loader to Luther about twice a week to pick up some of the already collected food waste and haul it out to the city's yard waste site. On average, currently, it's about 2,000 pounds per week that the city is collecting from Luther.
I am an environmental science and biology major here at Luther, and I've been working at Cafeteria Community for around 2 years as the assistant manager here, alongside Meg Sessions, who's been our manager for 2 years. I'm going to become the manager this fall, so I'll be taking her place. So one of the main issues with Luther's kind of buffet style is that we have a lot of food that gets prepared that actually doesn't get used. So what our program does is basically when we collect the food, one of the main functions we have is we bring in our volunteers and we prepare the food just into personal meals. We're able to then bring it to our freezers, and in the following morning we deliver it to 4 local food shelves. We deliver it to the Iowa Food Hub, the Decorah Food Pantry. We deliver it to Northeast Iowa Community Action, and then we also have a kind of teen addiction help in Kreska that we deliver our food to as well.
So the composting and food waste is important for a number of reasons. It's important to cut down on greenhouse gas emissions, sort of keep that food out of the landfill. We see it as important educationally for our students to be able to promote composting. But there's also a kind of a larger sense of giving back to the land. One of the keys to making this program work is the involvement of our students and staff on campus. The students have pushed us to do more composting. The students do a lot of the work. We've got great cooperation and a lot of work on the part of staff on campus to make this work.